video on my One Mom channel. I normally do this on my regular channel. And I'm in my kitchen today. I'm cooking low carb. Glad you stopped by. It's 6:14 and the kids and I are cooking dinner. I have made a couple of decisions. And the first decision, I actually was doing low carb. Me and my knife skills, sorry y'all. I had decided to do Weight Watchers and low carb at the same time. And then I actually made a new decision as of yesterday to totally go keto and try to see if very minimal carbs will help my body out. I've done low carb before and I know I do extremely well on low carb, but it's not working for some reason. I'm using an app called Carb Manager, and that app had me doing 60 carbs, 60 total carbs a day. In my fry pan here, I'm sure you can't see it, but I'm going to try to adjust. So in my fry pan, you may not be able to see my head, but you'll be able to see my fry pan. In my fry pan, I have a little bit of bacon grease, and then I'm putting a little bit of Kerrygold butter. So that's not quite 1 tablespoon. So I'm going to even that out to make it about 1 tablespoon. My kids and I do not like zucchini, or we have in the past not traditionally liked. So I came up with this bright idea, and I say that like I created something, of trying to shred it so that it wasn't as thick pieces or chunks. We don't like that. So in this fry pan, I do have just a little bit of bacon grease and about a tablespoon of the Kerrygold butter. So I have 2 regular zucchinis. I'm just doing 2 of these for the 3 of us. And I have cut off the ends. So what I'm going to do is just take this cheese grater and I'm going to grate the zucchini. If your kids won't eat zucchini, this might be a way. It grates really fast and doesn't take any effort at all. I'm grating this on a plastic cutting board though, so that I'm not getting mess all over my kitchen. I'm also going to be making some tilapia as well. But I'm giving this a try to see if this will help jumpstart a little bit of the weight loss. I don't want to say I'm stalled out. I keep moving up and down, but I keep moving the same couple of pounds. So, you know, that is what it is. I have not had any snacks. I've not had any cheat days. I've not had any desserts. And I'm hoping to get some movement. So I really just decided to go keto yesterday. I've been doing low carb for a couple of weeks. So this is what my zucchini looks like. It does tend to be a little bit wet, and you will probably need to wring this like you would do cauliflower if you want some of the moisture out. But I'm just going to drop it in and keep shredding this up. It's just going to take me a sec, but I find my kids eat this better if they don't see big chunks. And I don't like squash, but I can do this tolerably okay. So how you guys doing? It's Saturday. The kids and I are hanging out at the house. We've been pretty productive, gotten a lot done. And I feel like it's going to be Sunday in no time. But thank y'all for joining us. And 1 might be enough, but I think I'm going to do 2 anyway. Maybe we'll have some leftovers. Knowing my kids, we won't have any leftovers because they don't believe in leftovers. It's like it's against their religion. So again, this is just the second one, and this seems to make quite a bit, like it's stretching a lot. So I'm thankful for that. This is just a standing hand grater. It's not a box grater. It helps. It gets the job done pretty fast. If I had the kids doing this, I'd probably have them doing a box grater so that they wouldn't get hurt using this. I do have my fry pan on a low heat. I just turned it back up. Butternut squash I do like. I do like butternut squash. And we really like spaghetti squash, but we cannot find it in our area. But now, I was at my daughter's last week, and we found it for 88 cents a pound. I was like, come on. Oh, Lord, now the dog's going crazy. She thinks she hears something. She is the protector of the home, so we let her protect us. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be done with this in 1 sec. There we go. Jackson's a character, y'all. If you haven't seen our latest vlog that's up on the channel, And my character is really boy bye. So I'm just going to take my shredded zucchini, which this is 2 zucchini, and just toss it into, and again, in this pan, I just have a little bit of bacon grease and a tablespoon of Kerrygold butter. So again, I'm trying to do keto. Oh, I'm going to show you some keto snacks we made. I would show you the jalapeno poppers we made, but they are no longer. They are gone. Tell them about the snacks we made.
We made
Show them
cookies.
Show them what kind of cookies we made. Jackson's going to show you our cookies. We made keto cookies this afternoon.
Super good, y'all. I ate 2 of them. Well, I ate 1.5. Mom ate the other half.
I didn't even eat a half. You trying to come with them lies. You need to get saved, boy. Those are, go closer. Those are what kind of cookies?
Coconut and peanut butter.
Coconut and peanut butter. We found that on a tasty YouTube video.
Mom, can I eat it?
No, boy, bye. I did the jalapenos I did today had cream cheese, a little bit of shredded cheese. They were all stuffed. So I put them back together to make one whole popper. I wrapped them in bacon, and then I rolled the bacon in Splenda and put them in the oven. Good God Almighty. Ooh, Lord, that was some loving right there. Jesus. I have not tried the sausage, but somebody did mention that to me, and I thought I definitely need to, so in this second pan, I don't know if you can see the second pan I have going over here. I'm going to do some tilapia fillets, and I'm just going to saute these in butter only. But I am going to salt. Well, this is not salt. This is just garlic and pepper. I'm not going to do any salt because I am trying to limit my salt content as well. So there is also onion powder in this. I got this from the Dollar Tree in this pretty big bottle here. And when I started to run out, I just emptied my garlic powder and some more pepper in here, but then I also added in some onion powder. So it's working for me so far. So while the zucchini is like cauliflower. It is highly water content, so it takes a longer time to cook, which is not my fave. I'm really trying to be done. Grab the Alfredo sauce, Bubba. We had a little bit of Alfredo sauce left, not even 1/4 cup, I'm sure. And so I am going to use that just to make this. I'm not using pastas. I'm not using white rice. I'm not using potatoes. I'm not eating processed foods. With the exception of pork rinds. I did have some of those yesterday, but I'd rather just not eat it because my body craves the carbs, and I do want to eat them. But if I'm going to just totally go, then I'm just going to totally go. So I'm trying to see what is going to work and what's not. So we're going to each end up with 1 tilapia fillet because there's only 3. And then we'll probably end up with about 1/2 cup of zucchini. And then earlier today, this can go in the fridge, lovely, thank you. Earlier today, we did some meal prep. So let me show you some of the other things that we did. Let me wash my hands and I'll show you what we did.
Hi guys. How about some air food?
Some what?
Where's my mind?
What are you doing?
Air food.
Air food, Lord, hangers.
I'm getting a T-bone steak.
Boy, move. On keto, he could have a T-bone steak. Okay, so what we did earlier, because my kids, I think a lot of people don't understand. I think specifically too when you're doing frugal meals and you're trying to shop within a budget, but we're home all day long, so we're eating all day long, and you're eating meat, which is something I don't normally buy. This is getting hot, so let me put some butter in there. But you're eating meat, and I don't usually buy meat, which is how I'm able to keep my budget so low, unless I can find it on a markdown. So I found, and I'm probably putting about 2 tablespoons, that's about 1.5 tablespoons. This will probably make 2 tablespoons of the Kerrygold butter into a cast iron skillet, because I'm just going to saute my fish in that. And I'm going to turn it down just a hair because I don't want to make a brown butter sauce, but you could make a brown butter sauce and it would still be just as good. Move, boy. Bye. So I'm just going to take my seasoned fillets and just drop them right in. And hopefully around the time that the zucchini is done, everything will be finished. So 3 fillets in there. The only thing I don't love about this kitchen is that my sink is over there, which is over there, and everything else is here because I'm always washing my hands. So some of the water is now cooking out of the zucchini, and I'm just going to let that go because that's almost done. So what I did was I made up some hamburgers. I just put some hamburgers in the oven, so now the kids can just reheat those hamburgers if they want to. And then we found some sweet Italian sausages over at Aldi that were marked down $1 off. They were $3.69. Then they were marked down $1 off, so $2.69. There were 5 of these, so we had 1 for lunch, and now we're having these last 2 that are going to go with the Alfredo zucchini. So the zucchini it has soaked up all the bacon grease. It has soaked up all of the butter. I am going to flip my fish in just a sec, but now I'm taking my sausages and I'm just going to cut them in rounds so that it stretches, because 3 of us are going to eat these. This is a sweet Italian sausage. They counted in as 1 gram of carbs. Lots of protein, but not a lot of fat because it's the turkey. It's turkey Italian sausage. Don't ask me. It's not pork, but it's Italian turkey sausage. So I'm going with it. One of my subscribers, I think it was CT Mom, was telling me or giving the suggestion that if you're trying to stretch your meals, then you really want to, you know, for 2 sausage lengths, I come out better cutting it than I would if I left them whole. So I'm not looking for everybody to get a whole sausage, but I am looking for everybody to get a little bit of the sausage. So I just added that in. So I'm going to turn my fish. This zucchini is really starting to, somebody grab the spinach because I'm trying to add a lot of greens. Grab spinach, please. Now I'm going to just take my spatula and flip over my tilapia, which doesn't take long to cook at all. I mean, it's sauteed pretty nicely. It has a nice crust on it. And then being in that butter, I do think it brings out a good flavor there. So that's pretty much done. Just has to cook on the second side. Let me show you something else we cooked today. And somebody can put the butter up because I'm done with it. So I am going to add in some spinach. I'm going to add in a lot of spinach. Spinach cooks down, but I really do like it, and my kids love it. Because I am trying to bulk up my meals. If I had thought about it, which I did forget, I could add this in now. Does anybody see the onion pepper blend? I think it is in the freezer. We had some issues with our freezer yesterday. All of a sudden last night we kept hearing this loud noise and we didn't know what it was. And we were like, what in the world is that noise? It was our freezer. The top part had gotten frozen. That blows out the cold air because too much of the food was too close to it. So it was backing up that cold air and it got frozen. So we had to defrost that part last night. And then we just moved some things that were in the freezer. We actually moved those down. Did I get my, maybe it's in the outside freezer. Jackson, I need you help in here. Quickly now. We do try to clean as we go because when I'm ready to eat, I want to sit and eat. I don't want to have to clean. So I do have the kids help me in the kitchen and they're really good helpers. Thank you, bud. And then I have some trash as well. The butter can go back. So back to what we were making this morning. I'm going to turn my fish down because I'm going to take that out. New plates, right, from my gift haul. You guys saw that. I went to a thrift shop and got these plates because my green and white plates are chipped. And they were 75 cents each and they match my kitchen, which is red. So that was awesome. I'm going to throw them in here to help them cook a little bit better, quicker. Hot. And let's have a couple slices of cheese on here. So this is my tilapia. It's all done. And it's nice and golden. Hand me that. It's nice and brown. So Alana's going to take this and top it with a slice of cheese. So that's going to give it another dimension. And it's also going to help me get my fats in. Now the kids don't have to have cheese if they don't want cheese. So I'm just taking a little bit of this seasoning blend, pepper blend that I get from Aldi. And I'm putting it into the fish pan so that it doesn't bring down the temperature of my zucchini. I am going to add it into the zucchini pan in a sec. But for right now, okay, I still have butter out. Somebody help my life. Butter? Yeah, that needs to just go up, bud. Other than that, we're cool. So I'm wilting down my spinach. I do have onions going here, which I'm going to turn that back up so that can cook a little faster. So what we're doing there is just allowing those onions to cook. I'm going to turn this down because really the only thing I have to add to this now is the Alfredo sauce. And we've been using this one. This is the Aldi brand. We've been using this for a couple of days. And there's literally just a quarter of the bottle left. So I spread that out between the three of us and count the points that way. Because I don't cook separate for them and then separate for me. I just try to estimate. And I give myself more points. You know, I'll give myself more macros. So I'm counting everything. Even if I have less of it, I'd rather be over points than under points. So I'm going to dump that in here, and then I'll show you the last thing that we made today. We've been cooking around here today in spurts because I haven't felt the best. So that's 1 large teaspoon. That's probably over a tablespoon. And then that's going to be the final bit of that. And that's pretty much the end of that Alfredo sauce. So we've used this probably for about 4 or 5 meals, and that 1 jar has lasted us 4 or 5 meals, which is going into the garbage bucket, which can go. And I will take some heavy whipping cream and some half and half if I have any, which I don't think I have half and half. You don't? Doggone. Okay. Well, that's fine. Whatever I do have, I will take. So I'm just going to stir this around. Did I have the heavy cream? Yeah, I'll take this one. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of this just to give it a little bit of moisture. And I do try to measure just so we keep the, an accurate account of the macros. So I have my onions and pepper blend that I just sauteed up in the fish pan, and now I'm going to add it into this meal, and we're pretty much done as far as our evening meal. This is our supper. For lunch we had, what do we have, y'all? Sausages, and we had the keto sausage puffs, and I'll show y'all those now. So I made these, I saw these, if you follow Shelly's Home Life, she made these on her last grocery haul video, Cook With Me. These are the keto sausage puffs. Very, very easy to make. It was only a couple of ingredients, and the kids and I, we made about 24 of these. I should have made them a little bit smaller, and it would have made like 35, which would have been about 2 carbs. But I made them, I used the ice cream scoop, so they came out a little bit larger. Next time I'll just use a regular spoon. But this is what we're having, and I'll have the handy dandy taste tester roll in. Let me just take 1 sec to kind of clean around. If you'll get some plates, but then we can. This is going. This is going. I'm going to save one of those plates because I'm just going to use this one. What kind of cheese is on here? Is it the Gouda cheese?
That's the only cheese.
Okay. We're using Gouda cheese. I'm going to put 1 plate back because we don't use that one. We'll just use the one that we were using previous. This can go. We're done. And that can go. And so it does look a little weird. It's very green because I use spinach, and then the zucchini is green. If I were to add anything additionally to this, I would do a green salad, a side salad. I'm going to try to make some, what is it called? Cloud bread tomorrow, maybe. I'll try some cloud bread tomorrow. That's made with egg whites and eggs. I'm going to do keto pancakes tomorrow. I didn't have time. And I may also make a loaf of keto bread and do French toast. Just to have meals ahead for the kids. The one thing I miss the most is I miss sauces, like stuff I can put over it. And I don't want to just add any old thing because I don't want to count the carbs. I only get 15 carbs. So this is what one of the plates looks like. And again, if I were going to add anything on here, I would do maybe a slice of keto bread slathered in butter, or I would do just a regular green salad, or yeah, I wouldn't add too much. Maybe broccoli. I would even do another green veggie. But my kids seem to like these meals, and so I'm going to let Jackson be our taste tester again today. And he'll tell you guys, he'll give you his honest opinion. He won't just say he liked it because it's mine. Or because I cooked it, although I might not cook again, it's hot. So he's going to tell us what he thinks. So zucchini, shredded zucchini, Alfredo sauce, about 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, sausage, spinach, and a turkey sausage. Sweet Italian turkey sausage. Doing the most. The most.
The zucchini mostly tastes like Alfredo sauce. I mean, zucchini doesn't really have a taste, and that's why I like it. Because you can, whatever you put in it, it tastes like that. The fish is very tender, so it'll fall apart on your fork. Gouda cheese tastes almost like cheddar. I figured that out a couple minutes ago. It's very crispy and delicious.
So that's his honest opinion. Were it up to me, here's your plate, bud. Here, sis, grab you a fork. Were it up to me, variations on the meal. So a couple things I would do if I were changing anything, and sometimes I am a cook now person. If I were going to add anything, I would add in some sour cream to the zucchini mix or some cream cheese if you wanted to make it a little bit more creamy. You could also add in some broth to thin it out a little bit and make it a little less tight, to loosen it, just a little more liquid. I'm not a liquid person, and I have texture issues, so I like it a little bit tighter. Also, if I were going to do anything else to that as a variation to that, I would add in a can of diced tomatoes or rotel, which would give it a whole nother flavor. But the diced tomatoes would kind of bring in that more Italian flair, probably a little bit of Italian seasoning there as well. I would love that fish sauteed in butter with cheese on a nice slice of loaf bread, what do we call it, hoagie roll, but can't have it. So there it is. If we had sugar-free relish, which we don't, we could actually make a homemade tartar sauce. We do have regular relish, and we could make a homemade tartar sauce. That's going to count a little bit of points because of the relish, not the mayo. But so we may do that. I may have Alon do that real quick. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by our kitchen. We are done cooking for the evening, and it's not even 7 o'clock. Most nights we don't eat before 8:30 or 9 because we're not at home. So thank God for no place to go today. If you are thinking about it and you have watched one of my videos yesterday, I will be having a procedure done on Monday. I do covet prayers. If you are praying, folks, if you are not, send me well wishes. I would appreciate that as well. We are going to go eat our meal right now, and we will see you next time we cook in our kitchen. Bye now.